It's been incredible. What a ride. People getting together, positive energy everywhere. It's so much fun. But sometimes I think, what would it be like if there were so many of us in a small area just having a blast? Wouldn't it be so cool?
They took the bar!
Well, this isn't brand new. Obviously, the concept is nothing new. But being around positive people that are really fired up about this space, that's kind of cool. It doesn't have to be all in one spot, but we are doing the same thing around the world. There's a house full of cryptocurrency gurus in San Francisco, and it's like a modern day commune. You might have heard this story. The Crypto Castle is a 3-story house in San Francisco where cryptocurrency entrepreneurs and they live and they collaborate and they just pick each other's brains and brainstorm and some really cool stuff. I'm sure it's not the only place it's happening, but obviously in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, the whole area is really just bubbling with this kind of stuff. There's a lot of places around the world in different cities though. Don't be fooled by this, but this is just a cool story. Startups like Comma AI, which is an auto drive car, and Augur were built in the house. San Francisco's Potrero Hill neighborhood is home to hilly streets, views of the Bay Bridge, beautiful San Francisco, one of the most beautiful places. And there's a 3-story home that Jeremy Gardner, the co-founder of Crypto Castle, initially built the home and headquarters to start up Augur, a decentralized prediction market system or platform, which is an interesting project on its own. I'll go over that some other time. We didn't have the money for all the salaries to pay everyone to live on their own, so it was much cheaper to keep everyone in one place, eradicating all those housing costs and terrible bills and everything else that goes on. San Francisco is expensive. Now, obviously nowadays, and even now, they probably were able to do it, and they probably still do it. There's some incredible technologies that people with this mindset have created and are still creating for us. There's all kinds, and I've seen a few actually that are using ICOs that are talking about technologies where we can communicate even better in bigger groups, better streaming ability, better side conversations, and everything that goes around to allow for people to get together and collaborate and communicate, which is the biggest thing. The house grew obviously and got big, but they had all kinds of visitors, and they let people crash there and hang out, and it turned into like this incredible place. Now, I'd have a lot of fun as long as you do your dirty laundry and clean up those dishes. Self-driving car startup Comma AI was created in the basement with CEO George Hotz living in a closet right off the main room. Yes, in a closet. What a great story. Eventually, the company raised several $1 million. He was able to move out. Okay, so that's a good story. Gardner said one of his favorite nights happened when Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin was there, and he was crashing and got into the discussions with BitTorrent founder Bram Cohen. Those collaborations are plenty here, which is really probably the best part. Now, obviously, it's this mind meld. It's this, this brainstorming that happens. But I got to say that this is a cool story, and I'm sure it's happening in different places around the world. But now there's meetups where people are getting together. There's Skype calls, there's group party calls online, there's Hangouts, there's all kinds of stuff where we're using stuff and people are getting together and crashing the party. Hey, I got a cool name for an app. Okay, basically what we're all doing is the same thing. We're just not physically in the same exact area. But there's a lot of collaboration, and people come to this channel and channels like it and look at these kinds of sources from all over the world, which is pretty amazing. You don't have to physically be in the same place, although that's cool too. When we first got this place, I was the only girl who was here, and I actually got involved with this place because I have amazing friends, said Tony Lane Casserly, a faculty member at Singularity University, a collaborative technology learning platform. She has seen a shift in her years in the space. When she first got there, people were telling her that Bitcoin was used for bad stuff. Now people are asking her how they can get involved in the ecosystem. You see the difference there. This price action that's changed it all, and all the stories and the flood of people like us that are getting out there, and we're just swamping and overwhelming the negative news. We're overwhelming it, basically. It's funny to see how this slowly just gained more and more ground. We used to have a Bitcoin predictor on the window up there, and we would guess by the end of the year if it's going to hit 1,000 or something like that. There was one moment when we had a big whiteboard upstairs. A bunch of us were talking about different things, and I think Bitcoin hit 2,000. At that moment, we popped a bottle of champagne and celebrated. And bottom line here, I like this last part, which is really cool. Whether Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies are flying high or sliding backward, for the visitors and tenants of the Crypto Castle, it's about the game and not the score. Now, we all know the score is going to continue to go up, but it really is about this unbelievable thriving hunt for something and just being in the space in the middle middle of the entire storm of this stuff that creates such an incredible technology. A lot of fun, but we don't have to be physically in one place, although meetups are cool, getting together is cool, but the technology we have today allows for us to share ideas, collaborate all the time, and really hang with some awesome crypto nation.